welcome back to Hermitcraft. Alright, well, as I mentioned at the last episode, I did take some time and I got the walls moved back. I got the paneling extended to the two side walls, and I got the rest of the sea lanterns in. And I've just spent a bunch of time looking at this, and the sea lanterns seem kind of busy, as in there's too many. And then I was looking at it, the square of them that has the end rods hanging from them, I'm kind of starting to think that that line is a bit too much. Plus the fact that it merges with this outer layer over here, and that's not good and not right. So I'm thinking I might end up taking those out, just simply because it makes for just a bit too many. And since this is kind of like the main entry hall for the supervisor quarters, it needs something that's gonna kind of say Vault-Tec, you know, it really does. So let's see, well, there's some white carpet. I can make up a little bit more. That ought to be enough. And do I have any blue up here? Ah, there we go. And, well, actually, I probably need a lot more blue. And you can hear that. The note blocks. They're actually down on that other residential level, which is like 7 or 8 blocks down from this, and I can hear them all the way up in here. That's not good. Trivia question. I honestly don't know the answer to right now. I used to think it was like 16 blocks, but the trivia question of the day is, how far away from a note block do you have to be to not hear it? Because these things are obviously too close to the control group registration area, or residential area registration. What am I thinking? I don't know. Anyway, I got some carpet, I got some blue and some white, and I want to get rid of these torches off the floor. And of course, getting rid of the torches, in spite of all the light up there, is kind of dimming things down. Oh God, the mouse disconnected again. Okay. That makes it kind of on the dimmy side, you know? It really not great. So I'm going to try something here. Just do something with carpet. This is an entry lobby. It should look good, and perhaps something carpeted would be a good idea. Okay, and let's see. Something like that. And then we come over here and do the same thing. It makes sense that the overseer's place should have a Vault-Tec logo right into the carpeting. Carpet with a Vault-Tec logo on it. It makes sense to me. So why not? plus, of course, the fact that it's carpeting will help prevent spawn problems, which we absolutely do not want. And I can tell I don't have near enough of this blue carpet, but that's not a big deal to figure out. I can get more of that easily enough, and I don't need that there. That was just so that I could center that circle in the middle. Okay, another issue is the stairs here, because they just kind of hang there naked on the outside, and that is not good. Do I still have any more of these oak stairs? Oh God, I hope so. Oh, crapola. No. Well, I got some more oak logs. Alright, that's way more than I needed for this, but that's alright. I'll end up using them somewhere or another. Alright. The one thought I had, add corner stairs to this so that the staircase just kind of splays out. But putting a stair there doesn't make sense, because it doesn't work with this stair there like that. It just doesn't. So that's not going to work. So I need something else here, and it really should come up at least as high as, say, there. But I haven't figured what to make that into just yet. I don't know. There's got to be, I don't know, maybe some form of logs, perhaps? We've got dark paneling, spruce paneling. So, what about dark oak logs? That might possibly be a good way to do, and I might be able to use them elsewhere in the room as well. All right, let me do this one too. Back off and look at it. That's not half bad. Really. That is actually passably decent. Yeah. Looks good from this side, but the main thing is that I think it looks good from this way. Now, there were suggestions about the idea of, well, like, for example, hanging the chandelier from the end rods. Not sure I want to try to do that. I get where you're coming from with that, but I'm not feeling it. And all of these, in these 3 rows of sea lanterns and end rods, I got to go ahead and take those out. Yeah, and then of course there is the fact that this is just the entryway. There needs to be other rooms. I probably need to get some more spruce and spruce up that wall as well, literally. And then for this wall, let's see. Let's see. Have an opening going that way, and then openings going, we'll see. Have one here and maybe another one, something like here. The rest of the wall, of course, needs to be replaced with some spruce paneling like that. And hey, I just had a thought. Let's see. What if these doorways each had something like that? Oh, great. Yeah. Something like that at each of the doorways, just like there is by the stairway door. Oh, come on. Okay, I didn't get enough of them, but yeah, you see what I'm going there. All right, if I take this down just so that I have something to work with. What if I did something like that there? And then do this doorway the same way and this doorway the same way. That might be decent. And like one of these would go off to a kitchen. Another one would go off to the overseer's bedroom. And this one could go off to like an office where there is computers, security stuff, monitoring capabilities for monitoring all the experimental stuff, and basically keeping an eye on all of the residents and so on of the vault, because vault dwellers are notoriously untrustworthy and so on and so forth and so on. Yeah. Well, at least from the point of view of a overseer, they are. And yeah, so I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to get some more of this carpeting, get this carpeting in here finished up, get some more of these spruce logs in place. And, well, these were the, yeah, these are the dark oak. Get the dark oak, get some more spruce up there on that wall, and see what it looks like. Anywho, here we are. The progressified room here. There's some serious decent progress going on, and I think it's looking a lot better. I think the ceiling is looking a lot better without that extra row of lighting fixtures up there. And the end rods were, I think, a reasonable idea, but they just made it look too busy. It was just too much going on up there. It's a ceiling, for crying out loud. You don't want it to look busy and draw the eye. I mean, who looks at the ceiling? I mean, really. I mean, maybe the first time you go into a place, but other than that, no. But, of course, there is a little factor. Well, I don't know. Lights being right there, that should keep the light level on that cross log high enough to prevent spawn issues. So I don't think there's even a problem there. Now what I'll need to do here is, like, for example, over through here in this corridor, some kind of a master security office, you might say. The overviewer's overview of everything, you know, because, you know, the overviewer is not only in charge of, but responsible for the vault and every little thing that goes on. And let's face it, vault tech overseers are something serious in the way of being control freaks and probably somewhat voyeuristic, so they're going to be wanting to not only control, but keep an eye on all vault residents. You never know when the residents may decide to revolt in some way, because, pardon me for saying so, vault residents can be revolting. Sometimes in more ways than one. Yeah. So, say back here, maybe in here, and let's put space for the glass and bring this corridor far enough down so that there's similar glass space there. Take it down one more after this. Yeah. And then extend the ceiling pattern. Okay, one more block just to make the pattern work. Yeah, like that. And I'll just have to get some glass to pop in there. And then in here, the master security facility, where the vault overseer can come in here and use various and sundry surveillance technologies to keep an eye on all of the vault residents, track experiment progress and notes and whatnot, and also tracking vault employees. You know, I forgot to allow for the fact that that the vault is going, you know, Vault-Tec is going to have employees in here running the place. Unless, of course, part of their experimentation is to have as much of the place automated as is possible. That might be a thing. Oh boy, that's nasty. Pardon the interruption. I have picked up one unbelievably wicked cough. And it's so much fun that I can't honestly begin to express how much fun that is. Yeah. Get this set up so that I can have uniform walls. Oh, what do we got here? Space that need lit up. Okay. I'm not going to do much more here than just throw down some stone. This wall might actually get in and end up getting pushed in that way. I need to take some time and figure out just exactly what needs to be in there and how big the whole place needs to be to hold it, but that's basically it there. Master security office. And say down this way, living quarters, because and the living quarters are going to need to be just a little bit bigger than just one bedroom, because the vault overseer and vault overseer family would be living in here as well, because it's unlikely that it would be even almost reasonable to assume that the original vault overseer would be sufficiently long-lived enough to last for however potentially hundreds of years that the vault would be operating with its residents and whatnot. So you have to have, say, a master bedroom for the vault overseer, and then an as yet undetermined number of rooms for vault overseer's children. And then, of course, there is the question of how do we handle the issue of vault population control. Because obviously the vault is only going to be capable of being reasonably expected to handle just so much in terms of population. What do you do to keep the population from getting too high? And what happens if it does get too high? How is that issue taken care of? I can think of a number of possibilities, most of them not good, at least in terms of from the point of view of a sane person. Anyway, yeah, I am going to take some time between episodes and flesh that corridor out and put in what is probably a reasonable number of bedroom areas, and then flesh this corridor out and carve out a space for the kitchen facilities, and I don't know what other rooms would be necessary. This room might be, well, okay, it's a little bare. It is mostly an entry area designed to be where you first come in, and it's supposed to look impressive and so on. So maybe some bookcases, and I can't really think of much of what else to put in here. It's basically a big empty room to say, hey, here you are, and so on. So I got a lot of figuring out to do here. And yeah. Meanwhile, I apologize for the episode being kind of short, but I can feel in the bottom of my throat a massive coughing thing getting going very, very soon, like in the next minute or two. And yeah, that's going to be so much fun that I probably don't want to be recording when it starts. So thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.